here, they're going to break down the following functions. So in this example, our more complicated function is f of x. And I want to break this down, okay? All right. So I'm trying to think to myself, what can I make g of x? If I make g of x the square root of x, class here, what did I not highlight? Okay, pay attention. Plus 7. But there's a part missing here, and the part that's missing, you're going to put an x. Class, when you're missing something, what do you put? You put an x, okay? So this should be a visual or review of what we've done. You're basically taking g of x, and you're putting it into this to get f of x. So what is our final result? H of g of x. I'm taking my function of g, and I'm putting it into my function of h. Okay, so these are my two simple functions now. Let's try another problem. Put your finger on what you think is, I'm going to make g of x. I highlighted x minus 3. I'm sorry. I guess you could do that. For h of x, what did I not highlight? The power of 3. But, okay, remember, we need to write something in there. What do we write? X. Does that make sense? We're putting the g of x into here, and that gives us this x minus 3 cubed. So, question. Which function is on the outside? H. And what's on the inside? G. I'm putting the g, function of g, into my function of h. Okay, so these are the two simpler functions. All right, let's go over C. Put your finger on the part that we're going to highlight. What do you think I'm going to highlight? Now, there's multiple answers to these. There's multiple answers of how to do this, but I chose to do 3 minus x. Class, what did I not highlight? 4. Actually, I should have done, sorry. I think it would have been best to actually include the absolute values. Remember, there's multiple answers. Okay, now what did I not highlight? The 4 and the plus 2. Okay, I'm missing something. What do I write, class? I put the x. I'm basically putting my function of g into this x value. So what can I write? What goes on the outside, h or g? H g of x. We're putting the g inside the function of h. Okay? Alright, this one, a little more complicated. I want you to talk with your partner. Is this factorable? And if it is, I want you to factor it. Ready, set, go. Class, is that factorable? So a times c is 4. My b value is negative 4. Two numbers that multiply to be 4 are? Negative 2 and negative 2. Does that add to be negative 4? Okay, so that's really x minus 2, x minus 2, and how many of those do you have? Okay, so here's our new function. x minus 2 squared. Put your finger on what we're going to highlight. I'm going to highlight the x minus 2. Class, what did I not highlight? The power of 2. But I need to write something. What am I going to write, class? X. So we're putting g into h. G is going into h. Let me make one more observation in the 4 problems we just went over. Did you recognize that one of the functions, the simpler functions, I'm thinking of a number. The 12. Did you guys notice that one of those is like the 12 basic functions? Did you guys see that?
I love math.